Welcome back to Watchers on the Couch. Today we're discussing episode 9 of season 5, Dance of Dragons. I'm Tim Pickerel.
I'm Sarah Hedrick.
And I'm Mike Davron.
And Mike, what did you say we should call this episode?
Holy fuck!
Holy fuck! So, there's quite a bit to talk about. We'll see if we can maintain our composure while we do that. Let's go through least importance to most importance then, like we did last episode.
All right.
What do we think the least important thing was?
Definitely the end. No.
I'm going to say Castle Black.
Yeah, I think so.
We started strong with we ended strong with Castle Black last episode. This was the that's our.
It was a resolution.
Our obligatory 3 minutes of seeing Jon Snow.
Mm-hmm.
So
Alistair Thorne let him in. He didn't shit all over him. But then later he did.
Yeah, it didn't look. It didn't
talking to him, just 2 lines.
It didn't look like. It didn't look like he was going to let him in at first.
Yeah,
it's like, hey, we're cold out here. Open up the gate.
I know of the secret passages, so if you don't let me in here, then go somewhere else.
Yeah, you can't really let me keep me out, but he's
cold.
Yeah,
John's with the sad giant.
The lonely giant.
Yeah. I think he has it the worst. I feel worse for him than I do for Shireen. Because Shireen's dead.
Whoa.
But he's dead inside.
Spoiler alert.
I mean, what's worse, to be dead or be dead inside?
Wow, good point.
Yeah. So every time he walks past, it's just like, oh, poor guy.
So sad.
He walked by again, and he was just like,
He's like, what the fuck are you looking at?
Yeah.
These are the deep philosophical questions that Game of Thrones asks us.
Mm-hmm.
And it didn't show how he got there. I didn't think it would show like them actually getting there, you know, and how the giant got there, because we were talking about how did he swim there?
Right, yeah.
No, there was bigger boats like further out in the oceans. They just have like the smaller boats to get to the big boats. But I'm sure a big boat can hold a giant.
Big boat.
Big boat.
Really big boat.
Big old boat.
And then he's singing, I'm on a boat, motherfucker. I'm a giant on a boat.
But John's there being all morose because he's got to have his pouty face in order for everybody to think, oh, look at him with his pouty
Sexy
face.
Sexy
pouty face. I failed the wildlings. I left so many there to die.
No.
And something. You didn't let him die, or him die, or him die, because that's how Sam talks.
Oh my. John's back. John, I did something terrible while you were away. Actually, it wasn't terrible. It was fantastic. But I did break my vows.
Oh, me too, so. It's okay.
We can trade stories now.
Yeah. What's her vagina like? Speaking of vaginas, Ollie's still walking around all mopey. Mm-hmm. He looks shifty. I mean, everybody at the Night's Watch looks shifty at this point.
I'm going to be super fucking pissed if somehow he, like, kills John.
I'm thinking
I will burn the world to the ground.
The whole world. Wow.
I'm thinking that it's possible. I'm thinking that
he's going to at least try or something.
Yeah.
I think John might catch an arrow.
Yeah.
Another one.
That better not happen.
Something's going to happen. I mean, look at how pissed off everybody. There's going to be some kind of mutiny or something, right?
I think so.
Sure.
I don't know. I mean, well, you would think so, but after what happened and they didn't even explain. There was no conversation of like, hey, we just saw a huge freaking army of whites and white walkers. You know?
Yeah, nobody said damn thing.
It was like, hey, we're back. Got some people. We didn't get all of them. What happened? I don't know.
Yeah. Then if there is a mutiny, are there enough wildling people that are in fighting shape that it would make a difference? Mm-hmm. I don't know. I just know there's got to be some shit that goes down. They're not just going to let John chill out for the season finale.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Did Stannis have Davos go back to get John?
Yes.
Right.
To get men.
Well, to get men, okay.
Yeah,
right,
but
right.
Get men and food and all that.
Do McDonald's.
Yeah. Yeah. The drive-thru on the way out.
We need some Jack in the Box tacos.
You are.
We have all this horse meat. We just need lettuce. And
Yeah. I need you to go to Jack in the Box, or we're lost.
forever.
Burning horses. You don't see that too often.
No.
Big flaming horse. So I guess we're done at Castle Black because that's all that happened. Unless we have anything else we want to speculate about. All I know is if something does happen, well, we're pretty sure something's going to happen at Castle Black. If that fucking wolf dies, I'm going to flip my shit.
Even more than John? What if John dies and the wolf lives?
I'm fine with that.
Oh, okay.
Let somebody else get the wolf. Let Sam have the wolf.
Okay. Everybody's entitled to their own opinion.
Oh, you're a pouty faced John fan?
Yes, I
He
am.
lose his shit.
Okay.
He said he was going to burn the world to the ground.
Yep.
That's true.
John died.
I love Jon Snow.
I'm afraid they're going to kill the wolf just because they don't want to. They want to keep their effects budget low.
They spent a lot on this episode and last episode. Well, I don't know. Well, we'll talk about that later.
Yeah. Okay. Next least important thing on my list is probably Dorne.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. I think that was
yeah.
almost maybe the first, I guess. I don't know.
That should have been the least important, probably.
You think that was
Yeah.
okay?
It was pretty low.
About the same. Yeah, whatever.
I thought this was like the best Dorne scene so far.
Oh, for sure,
except
but
for
that doesn't say
with,
much when
with
you
the
know.
exception of the boobs from the.
Oh yes. She should have got naked again. Just like
No nudity
should have did 10 painting up and down instead of 5.
They just show that same scene.
They just have like that
finale.
picture in the corner.
The season finale is
on a
just
loop
that.
on a GIF or something.
For 90 minutes.
Oh my god.
What was I going to say?
I would be happy
I
with
got
that.
So, Prince Dorne and Jaime have a sit-down to discuss the terms for Marcella's return to King's Landing. Seems to be okay with that. Dorne's pretty adamant about wanting peace.
Seems like a pretty sweet dude.
Yeah, he seems like a nice guy.
Yeah.
Seems like a nice guy.
How come this guy can't sit on the Iron Throne?
Yeah,
Oh.
He seems...
that means he's going to die
sits
soon,
all
so he's
day,
too
so-
nice.
Yeah, well... Oh, yeah, he does. He sits on the wheelie throne. But
He's to put some wheels on it.
he's a...
Right.
That's horrible.
So, what's her name?
Iron
Illyria?
wheels.
I don't remember. I didn't do my homework this week.
Yeah, okay.
Who's who? What?
Illyria, is that
I think so. I was trying to remember during the episode too, and I'm like, oh crap, we're going to talk about it. I can't remember her damn name.
She gets a little lippy.
Yep. She pours one out for her homies.
Right.
Yep.
Her fallen homie. And then Doran says, you know what? I'm sick of your shit. If you keep this up, I'm going to kill you.
Yep.
So she ends up having to swear loyalty to him after her rebellion fails. That really short rebellion.
Yeah, I thought so. I'm like, I wouldn't call that a rebellion. Like,
No.
not much of anything happened, and she was being rebellious, but I wouldn't call it a rebellion.
But then she has this little conversation with Jaime afterwards, basically mocking him for hiding his relationship with Cersei. But then she, towards the end, she talks about how, well, I know your daughter niece is innocent of what happened to Oberyn, and maybe you are as well, but I don't know if she's like actually done some thinking about things, or if she's like if she's another person that's playing a game, and maybe she's going to kill some Lannisters, maybe she's going to kill Doran. What do you guys think?
I don't know. It didn't seem like she was acting when she was kissing his hand and crying. It almost seemed like she was actually like breaking down and finally coming to terms with it instead of just pure anger after Oberyn dying. She's actually letting her real emotions loose and gonna cry like a little baby.
Okay. I disagree.
Okay.
We're just playing wrong. No.
Just playing around that she was crying
That's my
like a
defense
baby.
for everything, right?
I was just kidding. I swear.
There's playing wrong.
All right, so what are your
You
thoughts?
know nothing.
No, I think that she was crying because she didn't want to pledge loyalty. And she was upset about that, and she still wants to get revenge, but she's trying to figure out different ways to do it.
Or who she actually wants to get revenge against.
Yeah. But she can't do that if she's dead, so...
Right. So maybe she doesn't want Jamie and Marcella dead. Maybe she just wants Cersei dead.
Yeah, well...
And she feels ashamed in front of the girls as well.
Yeah.
Having to bend the knee to him and...
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
But so far, no executions. Jamie gets to go home. Bronn gets spared.
Mm-hmm.
Sort of.
Except for a nice little punch in the face.
Mm-hmm.
I think
that's not that big a deal.
That's as far as things go.
I'm sure
that's
happened.
pretty fair.
I'm sure that's happened to him before. I'm sure he could take it. Sure, he'll be just fine.
Okay.
As long as it didn't ruin his beautiful singing voice.
Mm-hmm.
No, right.
He's like, Doris, my wife.
Oh,
His jaw has to be wired shut, then that might ruin things a little bit. Might be more of a Hummer then.
Sometimes I go to YouTube. Sometimes I go to YouTube and listen to a clip of him singing that song.
Practicing.
Yeah.
Karaoke.
That's what I do at work.
That's my job.
I didn't know if you guys knew that about me. But, okay, so Dorne's under our belt. Castle Black's under our belt. Is Marine next? Not Marine. Braavos next?
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, who wants to... I'll let somebody else do most of the talking. Who wants to talk about Braavos?
Sarah?
I'll talk about it, but I don't remember characters' names, so you're going to have to help me with that.
Okay.
So, Arya is pretending to be the clams, cockles, and whatever,
Yep. Clams and cockholds. Cockholds.
How much for your clam?
Jokes.
I like kids.
There's a lot of that this episode.
Yeah.
Super creepy.
Pedophilia.
This is
what lazy story writing.
This is not a good episode to be a child.
No, it is not. So she's supposed to meet the Thin Man and give him the little vial of poison, or we're speculating this poison. It's probably poison.
Yeah.
Or it's boner medication.
Could be. So he can get his pedophilia on.
A man must get hard.
So she's almost to the Thin Man, and she sees somebody from her past, and this was one of Joffrey's bitches that, or assholes or whatever.
Meryn Trant.
Meryn
Is his
Trant.
name. The head of Joffrey's Kingsguard.
All right. Yeah. Who just looks like an angry, ugly motherfucker.
And I think he's also the one that tried to kill Tyrion at the Battle of Blackwater.
Oh.
No, it was somebody else.
Oh, that's right, because that guy
him.
got killed by Podrick. Never mind.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I forgot, just sorry to interrupt, but we did talk about this before, about Podrick, I think, quite a while back, that, him and Brienne might be doing something, or she might teach him. I'm pretty sure I probably said this, that Brienne might teach me a few tricks in the bedroom. Apparently he doesn't need that, because if you remember, he got some horrors from Tyrion.
Yeah,
no,
for free.
Yeah, for free.
Yeah.
So I didn't even remember that. I don't remember if you
They gave him
mentioned that.
his money back. Yeah, I mentioned
No, he's
that.
going to be teaching her tricks.
Oh,
yeah,
because she doesn't know anything about that.
Yeah.
I don't know,
She's
that's
Jon
another thing.
Snow when it comes
Maybe
to
that's how we're
bedroom
doing
stuff.
Maybe we did say that. Okay, anyway, sorry.
No, that's
Just
okay.
had to let that out because I didn't remember that, and I saw that episode. I'm like, son of a bitch! Oh, that makes me think totally different about him
You're
now.
doing some throwbacks. You're watching some throwback
I am.
episodes.
That's the
I'm
only.
watching some of the old episodes.
That's like the only skill
I'm working
Podrick
my way
has.
through. Yeah.
The only skill he has.
Well, he's a good squire. Well, he actually isn't a good squire.
No, he's not. He's not
That's
that
the only
great.
skill he has.
And apparently a good killer, though, too. Kind of.
Well,
He saved Tyrion. Stab a guy in the back.
yeah,
not
that's
too
good.
hard. Whatever.
It's good enough.
Not good at riding horses. Anyway, we didn't see him this episode.
So,
How did we even get on that?
I don't know.
That's a
But
good question.
Podrick will tell you how to get off of
Oh. You still got it, Mike.
it. Woo!
Still got
Making
it.
jokes. Hey-o!
because I thought Meryn Trant tried to kill Tyrion.
Yeah. Said
okay.
Podrick killed him.
That's how we got on board the Podrick train.
So, yes.
Who would not want to get on board the Podrick train?
Apparently,
yes.
everybody wants to get on
Come
the
on,
Podrick
ride
train.
the Podrick train and ride it choo-choo.
Anyway, so Meryn Trant. Meryn?
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. Meryn Trant.
Like Mark Maron.
Oh, okay.
Meowing Trant.
With a
Meow.
Y.
Meowing.
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 Meowing
Trant.
Trant.
Anyway, so Arya basically ignores the Thin Man begging for clams or oysters or whatever. I don't know.
Girl!
So he's somebody on her list, and I don't remember why he's on her list. Unless he's...
Did he execute Ned Stark?
No, that was Zillan Payne.
Yep.
That's an old bald guy.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, poop. I can't remember either.
Oh, Mike, you were
I'm
supposed to be
know.
my hope since you're rewatching episodes.
But I don't know if it's happened because I don't know if he's done anything. Did he kill one of her friends, boys?
Could be. But I thought that was the Hound.
Was it?
Yeah, the baker or whatever.
Something like that.
The little fat kid.
No, even after that, though, I thought there was somebody else he killed. I don't know. Maybe not.
Not a clue.
Well-
Anyway, she doesn't like him. She knows him. She starts following him and follows him into a brothel. And apparently he likes them, really, really fresh. And we're not talking about the oysters. Huh?
Okay, I know why.
What?
Mirren Trant is on the list for killing Sirio Farrell. Presumably.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Okay.
So that's why I kind of didn't even think about it, any of us, I guess, because we have all been kind of assuming that it's possible that he's alive. But
Right. But yeah, he was the one that came in and tried to, or probably killed Sirio.
Mm-hmm.
And we were discussing this while we were watching the show. How can you find an actor that looks that naturally unlikable? Like, he just looks like a son of a bitch.
like you
It's
said,
really
if
good
you saw this
casting.
guy in the street, you wouldn't be like, "Oh, that's a nice guy."
I mean, he's just got this puss on his face and his like creepy beard and his like
His
whatever-
greasy hair.
yeah, and his greasy hair.
His pouty face is not sexy.
No.
He looks like an evil Rowan Atkinson.
I don't know who that is.
Oh, son of a bitch. Yeah, I should have thought of that as I was saying it. Well, other people are listening. Yeah, you know who Mr. Bean is? Mm-hmm. That's him.
Oh, okay. Yeah, all right. Yeah. You just said evil Mr. Bean.
Yeah, right.
I don't know actors' names, really.
Okay.
Usually. Yep.
Yeah. So anyway,
Yeah,
they're at the brothel.
like his clams really fresh.
Really, really fresh.
Pedophilia. That's just lazy story writing. Mm-hmm. Lazy story writing. Yep.
So anyway, he asked for a fresh one tomorrow, and so I don't know. Do you think it's gonna be Arya? Do you think she's gonna
Maybe that's
sneak in there? And,
she's gonna wear a different face.
Yeah.
And be a different girl.
Oh.
Pretend to be a hoa. She's a hua.
Yeah.
And she says, that's going to be her voice too. Yeah, I'm a hua. I'm ready for your million Trant.
Woodina Allen.
Oh my
You
god.
want my clams? So when he
I'm
did
all for clumped.
when he looked at Arya, do you think he maybe noticed who she was, or he just wanted to bang her?
I was thinking the same thing. I
don't
didn't know if he was. At first, I thought that he recognized her, but if he recognized her, why wouldn't he do something about
Yeah.
it? And so I think it's like, yeah, I think he just thinks that's a fresh one.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah.
That one's very fresh.
Then she doesn't. When she was in King's Landing, she was kind of tomboyish, and now she's dolled up a little bit.
So I just think too, he could have like thought in his head, she looks familiar, but I don't know where.
Have I already banged her?
Yeah. Hey, get naked for a second. Show me your clam.
I recognize that clam anywhere.
I don't think I ever had that. No.
Yeah.
Can't say that I have.
But she lied. She lied to, help me out here.
Jaqen.
Jaqen H'ghar.
Yeah, Jaqen H'ghar. And he didn't really show one way or another if he knew that she was lying. So
I think he knows. I think
Yeah,
it's almost
he's-
impossible to like lie to him. I don't know. He's the master.
Right, yeah.
It's okay. It's possible,
But they've been
I
playing the
think it's
game of
highly
faces,
unlikely.
and like she's been getting really good at it. So
I mean, yeah, he basically trains people to lie without being able to detect it's a lie. So I assume he just doesn't trust anybody.
Yeah.
Or if like he said, yeah, that's a good enough lie. I'm not going to hit you on the knuckles.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
that's all I know.
But yeah, that's a good question, whether or not she'll dress up as a hua and take care of Maren Trant next episode.
I'm going to take care of you. I'm going to take care of your cockles.
I'm going to cut them right off.
Oh. And one more dickless man.
Oh, why not? I mean, what difference does it make?
Yeah. What's one more?
Okay, so in that case, this is where we roll the dice. There's only two locations left that we have to talk about.
I would say we go with Stannis.
I do too. I agree.
That son of a bitch. I can't believe I've been defending him for like the past 3 episodes ever since he gave his daughter a hug. Oh, he seems like a nice guy.
Yeah, somebody's not getting Father of the Year award.
You motherfucker.
You tricked us. Oh, man.
So
Burning your kid alive. That's just lazy story writing.
There's so much lazy story writing.
Never going to hear the end of that.
This is a trigger. Burning children alive is a trigger for me. And just reminds me of when I was burned alive.
Oh, yeah. That time when that thing happened.
It reminded me of that time when I burnt my hand on the stove.
Yeah.
Burned really bad. And,
Just
which didn't
back
happen.
to that moment.
And I wanted my mommy.
It's like Vietnam all over again.
So
Flashbacks.
basically, presumably Ramsay and his 20 men come in and wreak havoc in Stannis' camp.
They were pretty damn sneaky about that, too.
Leaving-
Just saw those fires coming up, and there was no one running around.
Right.
So
You would think it was like pyro.
I want to know how
pyro.
I don't know how they started it. Like, they just, had like some James Bond gadgets and like, all right, set them off in 3, 2, 1. And they started just lighting the fires, remotely.
Could be.
They invented remote controls.
It'd be pretty awesome.
Yeah.
It's a little ahead of their time, though.
You don't fuck with Northmen in their own country.
Yeah.
Or something like that. So, I mean, it leaves Stannis and his army in a desperate place. So he sends Davos back to Castle Black to say, hey, go pick up these things from the Castle Black store and bring them back. And hopefully it's people and food.
And that's kind of while he's looking at his war table with little Theon figurines.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Or little, flame.
Yeah, that was
sigils.
That's just the first time I thought about it this episode, like, because it has the little guys on the not crosses but X's, and I'm like, oh, it was just like Theon. He has little Theon figurines.
I collect them all.
I always have Theon figurines. Maybe Reese gave them to him.
But
and old lady figurines.
Yeah.
Oh, that poor old lady. No, I'm kidding. Screw her.
Oh, I will.
Okay. I think you may have just crossed a line.
That's just lazy podcasting.
These are just lazy jokes.
So Davos goes off to Castle Black, but not before giving Shireen a little gift.
He gonna be pissed. What's he gonna do?
Be so pissed.
He gonna kill Stannis or try to? I don't know.
I mean, Davos isn't. We haven't really seen Davos fight.
Yeah, but you've never seen him like really angry either.
Man, we wouldn't like him when he's angry.
I don't think so. I think he turns into the Hulk.
See, he lost his kids in the war, and Stannis just decides to burn his own kid. And he's been trying to protect her and all this and that, and then. Ooh, that has to hurt.
There's a lot of people that were pissed off this episode because of that, because this doesn't happen in the book. Spoiler alert. So everybody's, these... It's D&D because it's like David and whoever the other...
The Double Ds.
The Double Ds that write the show. But it seems like all the non-book deaths basically came down from George R.R. Martin. It sounds like from like the inside the episodes, and George R.R. Martin even said like people are going to die this season that haven't died in the books. But it seems like that's where he was going in the books with it. Mm-hmm. So probably next book, Shireen's actually, this is what's going to happen to her.
Mm-hmm. Good. Show can spoil it for all you book readers instead of the opposite way.
Right.
How does it feel now, book readers?
Everybody's being all pretentious with their, oh, well, the books are 10 years old. If you haven't read them, that's your fault. I'm going to spoil it all over Facebook.
Spoil all over your face, neck, and chest book.
That's pretty much what it was. I mean, I had told everybody that like started watching this show, I was like, if you like this show and you haven't read the books, the one piece of advice I'm going to give you is don't follow it on Facebook and don't read any articles about it.
I don't at all because I know better.
I like the
people are
spoilers,
assholes.
She tries to get me to spoil everything. So what's going to happen next? It's like,
I want to know.
Watch the
Really?
show?
Why would you want that?
I want to know.
No, that just ruins it. You really love the show, right?
Yeah, but it doesn't
So
ruin it
would
for
you
me because I
want-
can anticipate it happening.
She also can't.
Oh, that's not as fun. Surprises are way fun.
That's what I was saying. It's like I knew what was going to happen in the books. So like now that they're deviating from the books, it's the show's more enjoyable for me.
You just hate surprises, don't you?
I kind of do.
Yeah,
Just
I know.
like the other day.
Oh, here's the rig. Ah! Holy fuck!
You shouldn't have been right there. Like, you
Where
should
else
have
would I have been?
let me just come in the house a little bit. Like, don't let me just open the door and be like, ah.
So if anybody wants some advice,
One ring to rule them all.
So here's a little bit of advice for all our listeners. If you're going to give an engagement ring to your girlfriend, apparently don't perch in the blind spot by the front door so you're the first thing that she sees when she comes in, and she can't even like spy your profile by the window that she passes.
Yeah.
Because instead of saying, oh my god, this is the most romantic thing, I love you so much, she screams holy fuck and drops her bags. And probably drops a little deuce in her pants too.
You were supposed to tell.
I said probably. I didn't know.
She screams and farts. She's,
That's how she jumped higher.
and you're
more
down on
leverage
one
that
knee and
way.
you're like, oh my god, it's right in my face.
It was really romantic.
That's how we roll in this house.
Right. Anyway.
So we're hoping that you can't root for Stannis anymore. It's like that was the thing with the book. It's like I could still root for Stannis.
Mm-hmm. I was starting to root for him, you know?
It's like I hope he kills all these Boltons, and now it's like I hope they just all kill each other. I hope they all fall on each other's swords, and like it's just Sansa standing there.
See, so now who's worse, Ramsay or Stannis?
Oh, wow. I don't know at this point.
Do you think Ramsay would be able to burn his own kid?
I think, well, I don't think Ramsay would have a kid.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. He'd probably, if he got
probably
somebody
drown her.
pregnant, he'd probably just kill the girl.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
That's probably what I would say. I would say
So,
Ramsay.
yeah, I'd still say Ramsay.
Ramsay is still worse because Ramsay is legitimately evil.
Mm-hmm.
Stannis is...
He's ambitious.
He's ambitious, and he's going to do whatever it takes. So he's in Stannis's head, all his dick moves are for the greater good and for his own ambition. But his goal is
He's blinded by his own ambition.
He's blinded by Melisandre's vision of his ambition, or whatever the right way to say that is.
And he's been falling apart ever since the Battle of Blackwater. He's been kind of losing his shit.
Yeah. So I guess we'll see if this sacrifice act, because I mean she has done stuff with when she has sacrifices to her god or Stannis' god.
Well, we saw on the previews, you know. So if you don't watch the previews, well, it showed on the previews, like, I guess the Lord of Light has come through on his promise, and it looked like some icicles were melting. So I guess it's going to get warm enough for them to march on.
I would assume that's the case.
I want to see a big battle.
Yeah, I hope we see. So hopefully this episode, like last season, the season finale was like 90 minutes long. So I'm hoping we get that for this last episode too.
Ooh,
Because there's just so much going on right now that they need to resolve enough for a season finale.
There was one thing that I saw with Jaime on the previews, and he was talking to Cersei, and he was talking about, and he has said this many times, you can't choose who you love. Mm-hmm. I'm wondering if he's just going to break it off with Cersei and be like, I love Brienne.
I wonder if he's going to hook up with...
he could. Oh, that girl.
Yeah, what's her face?
Yeah.
Alaria?
Alenia? What the hell?
Alaria?
It's Oberyn's girl.
Yeah.
Is it Alaria?
I think it's Alaria. Alaria.
Alaria.
I don't know.
It
begins with
That's her name.
It begins with an E, ends with sand.
E. Sand.
E. Sand.
Miss Sand.
Miss Sand?
Ms. Sand.
Missandry?
Oh,
shit.
Is it the same
Did we
person?
just figure something out?
We got you figured out, George R. R. Martin. We know you're faceless women.
We know you like kids.
Whoa. What?
See? That was our theory. Like before, we said something about how he...
If there's anything we've learned from George R. R. Martin, he hates any type of commitment. So you can't have children, and you can't get married. He can't even commit to finishing his books.
That's true.
Wow.
Oh, that's so mean. No, I still love you, George.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I don't love you. I've never met you, but I like your books. They're pretty cool. Anything else? Do we have anything else to talk about the Winterfell thing?
I don't think so.
No, just that scene wasn't fucking crazy.
That was a...
No.
Oh, that scream.
That was a Russian... Dude,
Those-
that girl is an amazing actress.
I thought so too.
That was so gut-wrenching.
Yeah, those very, very good screaming and acting. And even in another scene, I think she's a good actor.
Yeah, she's great.
Even the scene before that, when she was with Davos, I'm like, oh, she's so sweet, nice. And then scene with Stannis, and she's telling the stories, and I'm like, oh, she's sweet and smart.
You can't be
and
like
nice. She's so innocent.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
No, she doesn't. Yeah, she did an amazing job with that scene. It was so good. In a horrible way. It was... I still want her mom to die, though. I don't care about her little semi-redemption towards the end. I'm just sick of looking at her face. I'm sick of everybody's face. I just hope the mountains come down. I hope the wall... Is the wall tall enough that if it fell right now, it would crush everybody in the north?
Just everyone in the north.
Screw them. I don't care anymore. I'm on Team Prince Doran now. I want him to be...
Wow. Yeah.
I like that guy.
He's a nice guy.
He's a nice guy.
You know what happens to a nice guy in Game of Thrones, right?
I know. That's what I was saying earlier. I think he gone.
He have a good heart. It's gonna get us all killed.
Yeah.
As they say. Well, in that case, that just leaves...
Well, do you think that's going to affect Stannis' men?
Oh, yeah.
And
I said
him
that.
fighting for
Absolutely.
them?
Are you
Like,
kidding
I ain't
me?
fighting for... You just killed his fucking daughter.
Yeah, nobody looked comfortable with that shit.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, yeah, that's what I had mentioned that. It's like, who's going to follow this guy?
He's going to be like, charge! And then be like, turn around.
What's all this? We're staying back here, then.
You go on ahead. We'll meet you up there.
We'll be right behind you. You and the Lord of Light.
Stannis be like, oh, bum.
Well, no, I guess. I mean, the siege is beginning, so they're still going to fight.
Yeah.
Excuse me. They're still going to fight, so...
It's kind of for their own survival at this point, too.
Yeah, that's
I mean,
true.
if they
can't stay out in
don't...
the snow.
Yeah.
Maybe John and everybody will meet him down there, and then, like, John will kill him, and John will be the leader.
John will be too busy with an arrow from Ollie in his stomach.
It's not going to happen. Won't happen. Better not happen.
Okay.
I want to see Jon Snow's face again.
I mean, you'll see it. You'll see
Want him
the
to
life go out of
Be
it.
all pouty.
Oh, he'll be pouty as shit.
While he sits on my face. I mean, what? No.
Like, I like how you're using a Ringo Starr impersonation. Ringo Starr and
What are you
Jon
talking about? That sounds just like him.
Ringo Starr's there saying, too old. Give me Jon Snow.
You want to join the band?
I want to drum on that ass. I got a yellow submarine.
Yep. No, I'm not. No, not starting that.
Okay. Well,
I'll probably do terrible. I want to do more than hold your hand. I'll be your paperback writer.
I'll put my Maxwell silver hammer in your octopus's garden. Yeah, we should stop this. This is about to end badly.
This is not the Beatles Puns podcast.
I started badly, so.
All right, so in that case, that leaves us with Marine. And...
Holy fuck!
So... excuse me. The great games have begun.
It has begun!
It was the greatest fight. So Tyrion tells Daenerys, it's a good idea that you open the fighting pits. Well, he, after seeing it, he's kind of like changing his mind on it. I think he's like definitely losing his cynicism after his conversation with Daenerys last episode. She's talking about breaking the wheel. I think he's like starting to become a bit of a dreamer. And he's not the only one.
Oh,
jeez.
Look what we did there.
And so, yeah, he has a bit of a back and forth with his Dar. But that conversation, just as that conversation was getting good, it's Sir Friendzone. He's in the pit. So who wants to take it from there?
Mike?
Oh, well, I don't know. She had like mixed reactions while they were fighting. She didn't stop them from fighting, at first. And so the fight began. Jorah was starting to get his ass kicked a little bit, stabbed a guy in the heart, and he gave her like this passion, fiery look in his eyes.
Am I really gonna have
It's like you, baby. I love you. It's what I'm gonna do.
I love you with all my heart and all this heart that I just stabbed.
I want to stab you. Yeah, in a different way though. Not with a a sword or a dagger, but I'll shoot another guy
with my pork spoon.
I like how he said that all with a look, and then the backpedaling with a look as well.
Listen, he's a great actor. Most of his scenes this season has been his facial expressions.
Just the facial expressions, not even like no dialogue, nothing. It was just like, I can't. Well, this is audio, so you can't see my facial expression.
But her facial expression looked just like the guy that plays him, Ian Glenn,
it was it was amazing, amazing acting.
Then, and why did he threw his dagger away? He's like, don't need that. Just need my sword. Okay.
Well,
you needed it. At one point, you might need it again. You could just put it right back in your little leg holster and grab your sword and maybe use it again later.
Well, it's
probably would have been good if when you were on your back, never know, you could have used it then. Yeah, he was on his back and gave him another passionate look over to Daenerys.
Are you going to let me get stabbed?
Can I just say something?
Can you say me?
Was that excessively long for that guy to just be hovering over him? Like, he stabbed everyone else with, like, so fast. And there is just like, I'm just going to hang out here for a while.
Well, it looks like
maybe they respect him more. I don't know.
Well, the way he was, like, flirting the sword around, it looks like he was trained similar to Syrio. So he's probably like a first sword or something like that.
Okay.
Yeah, it did look similar to that.
So, yeah, I think he's just a fancy lad and wants to...
He might still have some honor.
He was a fancy
He's kind
lad.
of a showman.
But then he gets stabbed right before that fancy dude is going to stab Jorah. He gets stabbed in his own back. Owie! And Jorah gets saved. Blah, blah, blah. And then Jorah kills the other guy. He did.
Well,
he gone.
Is that all that happened?
No, because then some stupid shit happened. And I'm glad the scene ended well, because I was like, freaking Sons of the Harpy again? You're going to freaking ruin this whole episode? Again? I can just see the freaking Unsullied, like, barely be able to fight.
Yeah.
And there's a shit ton of Sons of the Harpy.
Where are they coming? How many masks has Gendry made?
And what's with that music or the sound every time they show up?
Oh, I
Just
think
like,
they're like whispering.
is that supposed to be them?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought that was just the music and
Yeah,
No, I'm
I thought
pretty
that was
I
just
thought that
the
was
music.
the score.
Because it sounds like whispering or like talking or something. Like,
See, I actually like that. I think that's pretty cool, but I
just-
still hate the Sons of the Harpy
That just
because I
seems
think
kinda cheesy.
they're stupid. I don't know how there's so many. I don't know how they're so good at fighting.
I don't know how there's so many fucking masks without people knowing who makes these masks.
Right?
right.
We know who makes the masks.
Yeah.
Gendry's
Very
in there
busy.
making masks.
He's making a lot of money. These masks.
Yeah, he's rich now.
Gendry's going to start his own Iron Bank.
He can get a big boat now.
He has a motorboat. He has a yacht.
So, yeah, the Sons of the Harpy close in, kill a bunch of like bystanders, like just watching the game.
Oh man, that was intense. Especially like that one chick was like just getting stabbed. There was a couple of them, but there was
Yeah.
one in particular where the guy was behind her and just stabbed her in the chest. Just, I'm
And
like,
then just throws her to the side.
dude, that maybe terrified me kind of. I'm like, oh, it's like a helpless feeling. I'm like, good job on that scene. I felt that one myself.
This has been a very uncomfortable episode of
Yeah.
Game of Thrones.
They're swarming around like crazy, killing everybody.
Yep.
They killed Hisdar, so I guess Hisdar
Yeah,
wasn't
yeah,
the one
yep.
that was orchestrating all that stuff.
Because he was just like, oh, I'm just making sure everything's in order.
It's like, oh, really?
Yeah, sure. Don't believe it.
Oh, I didn't even put that together.
No, that's what I was thinking. It's like, oh, some shit's going to go down here, and then shit went down here, but they killed his ass quicker than shit.
Right.
Or who knows? He could have still been involved, and then they're like, oh, fuck that guy.
Yeah, just in the heat of the moment, let's just go stabbing people.
I don't know. Maybe they didn't want him talking, or maybe they just were using him.
Yeah,
Who knows?
all of those things are possible.
I would assume that's not the case, but you never know. Kitty.
So the cat's chasing its tail on a chair, and the chair is not stable, so it rattles around, because that makes for good podcasting. So again, if you would like to sponsor the podcast and give me thousands upon thousands of dollars to build a separate studio, you can just go ahead and put a bag of unmarked bills somewhere and just tell me where to pick it up. Because I don't want to give you my address. So yeah, they Sir Friendzone and Danny or
Dario,
Tyrion, they're all in dire straits,
yep.
all in the middle of the field, and
Tyrion saves,
Melisandre.
Melisandre.
no, Melisandre is the rebel.
Melisandre. Melisandre.
yeah.
How do you say her name?
Melisandre?
Melisandre, I think.
Missandei.
Melisandre.
Mishotni.
Melisandre.
Yeah. Either way.
There's no Grey Worm.
No, Grey Worm, I assume, is still recovering.
Pussy.
Yeah, he's going to be so pissed off. It's like, I'm missing all the action.
Grey Worm's the one behind the Sons of the Harpy.
Holy shit!
So they're pretty much surrounded. They're pretty much screwed. And all of a sudden, yeah! That's what a dragon sounds like, right?
Yeah, that's-
Oh, I thought it was the beginning of CSI.
won't get fooled again. Yeah, so the dragon comes in and saves the day in the last moments of the episode. 'Cause that's what you do when you don't know how to write somebody out of a situation. You have a
just-
dragon.
That's what I was going to
Dragon.
just say.
You just do the never-ending
Dragons.
story ending.
Lazy story writing. Flying away on a dragon. That's lazy story writing.
Trigger.
Yeah.
I do like some of the saw some of the things on the internet, like somebody posting a picture of Daenerys on like the never ending story.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
was hilarious.
Oh, I saw one. It was like Tyrion Lannister's Twitter. And it's like, I thought my dad was a dick, and it's got a picture of Stannis underneath.
Oh man. Oh my.
Oh my.
Oh my.
But she ends up, the dragon takes some spears to it, but it didn't seem to bother it too much. So
Yeah, well, he's huge, so
he's a big guy.
he comes down and he yells at his mommy. He's like, "I'm back, Mom! I'm hungry. What's for dinner?" But then he smiles like, "I miss you. See what I did, Mommy? I came back for you."
I hate these people.
That's what he looked like. Look like you're smiling and happy.
It's like, here's the other thing.
Yeah, just the biggest smile. He's just like, "Jeez, Mom, I was just kidding. I'm gonna
The
yell
blood
at
in
you.
his teeth. There's still some like arm hanging out of one of them.
Let me tell you about the people I've been eating all over the world."
So here's the other thing I don't like about the Sons of the Harpy. You have a big fuck-off dragon in front of you, and he's like literally burning you guys to death by the dozens. Fucking run!
Yeah, there's some epic acting when that was going on. Did you see, like, behind the dragon, like, you could see some people, and they were just, like, running in place.
Was there really?
Yes. It was awesome.
Oh my god. I have to rewatch the episode.
It was really fucking funny.
I would have to watch that too.
But, yeah, you should run, but not in place.
You can't outrun a dragon that way.
But yeah, Daenerys is kind of an asshole. She just rides off. Everybody else is still left in there. There's like,
Get your own Uber, bitches.
"Thanks, bitch. Are you going to come back and kill the rest of these people?"
Yeah, no.
Well, I guess they assume that. Well, I guess
There wasn't any fighting going on after she rode off.
There wasn't, which was weird because it still seemed like they all weren't dead because there were still guys throwing spears when she was, leaving.
Yeah,
when she
but
was
when they-
hopping on him and looking really fake and
Yeah.
having a very poor expression on her face as usual.
Yeah, but when they panned around to Tyrion and Jorah and like everybody in that group, in the background you saw some of the soldiers,
Unsullied?
the Unsullied, yeah,
Okay.
but you didn't see any of the Sons of the Harpy. So
That was
like
really fast.
there was no fighting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That seemed just a little too fast. I don't know.
Yeah.
For them just to
Well,
spear.
they ran in place, right? The hell out of there. So
Okay, so I've just got one last question to wrap this up with. This is a hypothetical. It's not really a hypothetical, it's an actual question.
is it really a question?
It really is a question. I don't know why I said hypothetical. It made no sense at all. So, Jorah sticks his hand out for Daenerys.
Yeah, I forgot to say something about that.
Yeah.
Does
she
Daenerys
now
now
have-
have grayscale?
She's going to be a dragon.
Which hand did he use? He used his right hand, didn't he?
He
And he has
offers
it on his left.
So there's a continuity error. He hands his right hand out, but when she actually takes the hand in the next
The left
clip,
one?
it's the left hand.
Oh. That's a huge continuity error.
Yeah.
Who was not doing their job that day?
Well, there was the
Yeah.
other thing because
Where's the continuity manager?
in the fight in Jorah's fight with the fancy swords guy, there's a scene where the sword guy basically like kind of cuts him across the middle, but he like doesn't go down.
Yeah.
Like he like just cuts to the next scene, and he's so yeah. There was a bad edit there too, I think.
Unless he has grayscale there and it's like armor.
That dragon cost a lot of money.
They should
They
have put
had, they had to cut costs somewhere.
Well, they said
could
that.
have put a little more money into it. Don't get me wrong, look freaking badass, but there was a couple parts I was
Listen,
like,
yeah, maybe show a few less
Well,
dead people
man.
last episode so you can afford to edit
I was
better.
like, oh, that kind of looks cheesy. Well, really, with Daenerys riding off, I thought it looked really goofy.
Sarah
Like,
said
especially
that
when the
too.
dragon was running and
Yeah.
about to take off, and like
the green screen.
she's just still, and like there's no movement with her, and like it just didn't match very well. But
And that was weird. And then also
it's
I
a
thought
TV show. I
the,
can't,
the edging
That's still
around
badass.
her for the green screen was
Yeah.
a little weird too.
Yep.
And just what was in the green screen was strange. It was just all strange.
Just looked a little goofy.
Didn't
And
bother, didn't bother me at all.
when he first flew in, it looked a little goofy. But then the second little glimpse that you see of him, I thought looked really good.
Yeah, yeah. And when that first fireball that he put out when he was down on the ground, that was really good. That was awesome.
Yeah, that was pretty badass. Yeah,
Yeah.
So
But
I'm not really trying to judge and be like, oh, you stupid. You guys fucking suck. Why
Let's see us do better.
Why don't you make the dragon look like a real dragon?
It doesn't look anything like Sean Connery.
Would it be awesome if the next episode they ran out of so much money that it's just like she's now just on this like Muppet creature, and like there's a green screen, but you can still see like the frame around it. Like it's not even like the full. So you see her set.
There's only like 10 frames a second, so it's all jumpy. Like,
it really is like stills from the Neverending Story with her face pasted on it.
That's all it is. That's fantastic.
So anyway, we had just questioned whether or not Jorah gave Dany grayscale, but Dany then grabs Missandei's hand in the circle. I wonder if next season we're going to have a grayscale epidemic in Meereen.
Mm-hmm.
And there is going to be like a grayscale army to fight like a Walker army.
Wow.
Or a white army.
You know, yeah.
It's just going to be a bunch of like mostly dead people fighting.
Well, what do you think? What do you think Daenerys' move is now? Like, what does she think she's going to do now? Now that she can ride a dragon, her dragon's back, they're buddies.
Release the other two dragons, maybe.
That's what I'm wondering.
She's
if they're going to be all right.
there. So the question is where the dragon's taking her. The other thing is whether or not she'd be able to get back and be safe.
Right.
She's like, hold on, I'm going to do a flyby at King's Landing. Hey, all you fuckers, I'm coming for you. Check this shit out. I'm on a dragon. Suck it.
Yeah, it's like that I'm on the boat.
It's the same song, really, if you think about it. So I guess that's it.
Yeah. So what's going to happen next episode?
Next episode, John's going to get killed by Ollie.
All right. We've already established that.
So I'm saying, do we even think we'll even see Daenerys in the next episode? Do you think there's anything that's going to really happen? That could be a little more epic than that? That's what I'm saying. I don't even know what's going to happen. I don't know if she...
Well, we didn't see her in the previews. The previews were kind of worthless this time around. It was just a bunch of like quick shots of things. But we didn't see her in that. We didn't see Brienne and Podrick either, though. So hopefully they should. I mean, like I said, hopefully this is like a longer episode and they can cover all the bases.
That'd be nice.
Have a nice wrap up to put us into the next season. I suspect we're going to see Jon get killed by Ollie.
No.
We're going to see the Siege of Winterfell begin. I don't know if we'll see the end of it.
That'd really suck if we didn't.
Then we're going to see Arya kill Meryn Trant.
With her clam.
With her clam. Or not. I don't know what I can't even begin to speculate what we're going to see in Meereen.
Right.
Because I have no idea what those...
Because that stuff's hasn't happened in the books, right?
No.
That's kind of all surprise.
No.
Right?
A lot of where we're at has deviated far enough from the books that I don't know what's going to happen. Dorne, I guess, we're kind of done with for the time being. I guess they're all headed back up to King's Landing. So we're going to see we're going to see Cersei's punishment, which means we'll probably also see Marjorie and Loras's trial. There's a ton of shit that they have to get to.
That's what I'm...
So
It's going to be 2 hours long.
Because if you think about it, like, just in the north, like, you know, you have Sansa and Ramsay. You got shit with that. And Reek and Brienne, Podrick. You have Stannis going there. You have Jon possibly maybe making it there. But I wouldn't see that happening because they're too far away or whatever.
right.
So that's where I'm thinking that fucking little asshole is going to kill Jon. That's going to be the big scene there. But, I mean, all pretty much any of the stuff to kind of tie up, it's going to take quite a while.
Yeah.
I mean, if they're going to do a battle at Winterfell, it's going to take a little while.
I think Jon's going to kill Ollie. If Ollie tries to kill Jon, Jon's going to kill Ollie. That's just how it's going to go.
That's what I was thinking. Like, maybe he tries to kill him.
Yeah, and he fails.
And maybe that's what he was getting asked in the preview. What are you going to do now? Because Jon was going to ask something. maybe Ali tried to kill him, and the punishment for that would be a beheading. But he feels bad because he's a kid and he doesn't want to behead him. But he does anyway because he sticks to his honor.
That's just lazy story
behead
writing.
Ali would be awesome.
That's lazy
Fuck
storytelling.
that
That's
kid.
just lazy story writing.
But it's fun.
Chopping kids' heads off is cool. Burning them alive, not cool.
I don't know, it's kind of fun too. I enjoyed it. I mean, not in a good way, an entertaining way.
No, it was a good scene. It was a really good scene. It was
All
very
right, so I
powerful.
want to burn kids.
and then decapitate them. Oh my god, what has happened?
Pyropedophilia.
Oh,
Oh.
what? It's a hat trick of horribleness. There's nowhere to go from here. Okay, so yes. Next episode is the last episode of the season, which means it's the last recap episode of Watchers on the Couch as well, but we're not going to be done. We'll still be doing stuff afterwards.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to discuss some more possibilities of what we might do, and then we'll have those for you in our wrap-up show for the season finale. Until then, let's hope they don't kill John, because I don't want John to die.
No.
Mainly just because I don't want them to kill more. I want to see like some kind of like wolf pack.
Well, John needs to know something at one point in his life. He can't go his whole life with knowing nothing. So.
Yeah, there's that.
So you think
let's work up to something.
some woman is going to come up to him and be like, Jon Snow. Oh, wait, no. That's completely
You
wrong.
know something.
You know something. The more you know. Jon Snow.
The more you snow.
The more you snow.
The more you snow. Jon Snow.
G.I. Snow. Okay, this is Watchers on the Couch. I'm Tim Pickerel.
I'm Sarah Hedrick.
Mike Davron.
And now our watch is ended. Until next week.
Boom. Daenerys is flying high like an eagle.
Yeah.
I can fly higher than an eagle. Flying higher than a dragon.
Flying as high as a dragon.
Yeah. Cause Drogon's the wind. No. Beneath the
It's the dragon beneath her legs.
Ooh.
So the wings beneath her legs.
I just want to feel the power between my legs. Yeah. I think this episode should be called Holy Fuck!